This program is made possible by Anthem Medicaid. Anthem Medicaid is with you every step of the way. And Kentucky Legend, your everyday tradition.
Well, we got an old gospel song, if that's okay, we're going to do for you, okay?
Okay.
One called I'll Fly Away.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a land on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, I'll fly away, oh glory.
Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to VolunTour Kentucky. We're so happy to be at Hospice of Western Kentucky today. Behind us, you can see the Hartford House, and we're going to learn all about this great organization and their volunteer opportunities. First, I wanted to share a short story with you. This is my friend Wayne Morris. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, Randy.
Good. Wayne and I was actually hospice volunteers several years ago, and we was actually doing music as our volunteer opportunity, something that we both love to do. And as music volunteers for hospice, I'll never forget the day, Wayne, we got to walk into a room to a hospice patient, and the lady, she was laying on the bed, kind of unresponsive. Her eyes were open, kind of staring at the wall. And we came in to play some music for the lady, introduced ourselves as hospice volunteers, and there's a lady in the room kind of cleaning up, and she said, guys, do you remember what she said? Guys, she
said she hasn't been responsive in weeks. She said probably wouldn't do any good. Yeah, probably wouldn't do any good to play any music for her. So
I go to turn to walk out the room, and Wayne here says, no, Randy, let's play some music. So I said, okay. So we get our instruments out of the case, and we walk over to the lady on the bed. Again, unresponsive after we introduced ourselves, just staring at the wall. And I'll never forget, we started playing Amazing Grace, and we got to witness this lady having an awakening, just kind of waking up and starting to sing along to Amazing Grace. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday.
It was like a full awakening, and she comes up out of the bed, sits up out of the bed, and starts singing along with us. She had a beautiful voice,
absolutely,
didn't she?
Yeah, on key and everything.
Yeah, she knew all the words to the songs. We ended up spending probably 30 minutes in her room playing music. She loved the old gospel hymns. From that day forward, that rocked our world. Mm-hmm. It did mine for sure. And from that moment on, we felt like God was just kind of leading us to start some kind of organization to help connect all the great volunteers around the world and around the country, around the state, and then here in Owensboro, Kentucky, to all the great organizations that need volunteers, which started Volunteer Owensboro. Again, we're happy to be here today at Hospice of Western Kentucky and introduce you to them and all their great volunteer opportunities.
Sometimes we move so fast, life passes by, we soon regret not giving up more time for those that need a helping hand, a friend to see. Come take a trip with me, VolunTour Kentucky, VolunTour Kentucky.
Janie, thank you so much for meeting me here today.
Thank you, Randy.
Hospice of Western Kentucky,
yes.
Dear to my heart. I started as a volunteer here years and years ago. But let's tell the folks out there that may not have heard of hospice, or maybe they've heard the name hospice but not sure what you do. Why don't we tell them about what you all do?
Randy, our mission is to help people live with dignity through the final stage of life, and that's what we do. Our nurses, social workers, spiritual counselors go into the home health aides, and take care of folks where they want to be in their last days.
And there's lots of volunteer opportunities, I know. I know y'all rely quite a bit on volunteers, correct?
We actually do. We're required by Medicare to have 5% of our labor hours of our clinical staff matched by volunteers. In 2017, we actually did 23%. We have an amazing group of volunteers. They do everything from sitting with patients to arranging flowers, delivering those flowers, manning the front desk at the Hartford House, doing laundry. We couldn't do it without them. And in 17, they saved us $249,000.
Wow, that's incredible. Volunteers have such a huge impact.
They do. They do.
Wow, that's great.
We couldn't do what we do without them.
Yes.
We really couldn't.
So, anything else you'd like to add about hospice that folks might need to know?
Well, we have our Hartford House where we are today. It's an amazing place. It's a place where people can come when they have pain and symptoms that are out of control, and that our nurses are with them 24 hours. We get those pain and symptoms out of control, and they can go back home. Or patients can come here for a respite stay to give the families a much needed break.
Okay. And there's also patients in homes. You have patients in local other facilities as well. In
nursing homes, assisted livings, anywhere a patient calls home, we'll go.
Yes. And how do these services work? So, you know, if I had a family member, how would I reach out to hospice to get help? What's the criteria?
Anybody can make a referral to hospice. If you feel like you or a loved one needed hospice, just call us. We'll come out and assess the situation, see what's going on. We have to have a physician's order to admit someone to hospice, but anybody can call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Anything else you'd like to add about hospice?
It's a great organization. Come volunteer.
Absolutely. I attest to that. It is a great organization, and I've loved being a volunteer in the past for hospice, and I appreciate so much all that you all do, and thank you so much for your time and letting us know about hospice.
Thank you, Randy.
Karen, thank you so much for meeting me here today at Hospice of Western Kentucky. Now, you being the volunteer coordinator, you have such an awesome job. You get to coordinate all the volunteers, and I bet you got a lot of volunteers.
I have a lot of volunteers. I have about 165 volunteers right now.
I had no idea, 165 volunteers. That is awesome. So let's talk about some of the volunteer opportunities here at Hospice.
Well, right now we can use help over here at Hartford House. We're running really busy for the last 3 or 4 months. We've been running full, so I can use volunteers in the evening. I can use volunteers on the weekend. You don't have to give your whole life. Just give me a couple of hours during the week to come over and help. Help with the front desk, help with some of the patients. Just sitting and visiting helps a whole lot. I'm starting to get a huge demand for patients in the home. I need volunteers that are willing to go home and sit with the patients. But now that we have our palliative care program, which is awesome and it's outstanding, we are starting to place volunteers with palliative patients also.
Hey, explain that. What is that?
Palliative patients, their life expectancy is 6 months, or it could be several years. They usually are dealing with a chronically illness, or they're still attempting to the cure. They may still be going through chemo. We can help navigate their care, and they're at home. And many of them are living independently, assisted living, and sometimes they just need companionship. And so just this week I have 7 requests for volunteers for palliative care. And that's 7 volunteers that need to go into the home and just visit and just keep them a companion. Or maybe the family just needs to go to the grocery store or to run someplace. And again, it's not a huge amount of time that they have to spend, but maybe it's just 1 day a week. Go in for 2 or 3 hours, sit with them and become their friend.
I tell you, I think that's an opportunity, it sounds like to me, that just about anybody can do. You don't have to have any special kind of talent, right? Be able to listen and talk and just visit and hang out with folks.
Yes.
That's an opportunity I would think that just about anybody could do, and it sounds great.
And if you have a great talent, we can find a way to use it.
Well, let's talk about some of those other volunteer opportunities with talents.
I have volunteers that come in and play music. Okay. So if you play music, we would love.
So if you're a picker and a grinner,
you come on.
Come on by.
You come on by, and our patients love it. We have music at Hartford House. Our musicians play usually in the hallway. Sometimes the families come out and ask if you'll come in and play something special for their family member. So the patients love that. They love the music. I have volunteers that give communion to our patients that come here, and they do this weekly. I have volunteers that deliver flowers to the home. I have volunteers who work the front desk. They take a cart around. They escort the families to the rooms. I have just about everything that you can think of. I'm looking for somebody out there. I really need a pet therapy dog. I would love to have a volunteer to come in.
That would be so cool.
Our patients love it. We allow animals here if they have their own, so their dogs and cats can come visit them. But we would love to have someone who has a dog that's already certified in pet therapy, and you could come here and visit our patients. It just puts a smile all over their face.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Very relaxing to them.
Are there any other volunteer opportunities we haven't spoken of? You do laundry?
We do laundry. We do laundry. We have another need I need is a veteran. We've had veterans. We honor our veterans, and they go into the home. We present them with a certificate. We pin them with a flag. We talk about their experiences sometimes, but we honor our veterans. And I've had a couple of veterans that have had to move out of town. So I'm looking to get them replaced. We also have over here, we honor our veterans at Hartford House. And that's really important. I can't express how important that is. Especially for a World War II veteran. I'm starting to see a lot of Vietnam veterans now starting to come in, a few Iraq and Afghanistan, but in Korea, I'm seeing quite a bit of Korea, but Vietnam is starting to really starting to come here. And it's important that we honor those,
absolutely.
those men and women.
Absolutely. Also, I believe some groundskeepers or people to help with.
Oh, yeah. If you're talented outside, we have a lot of land here at Hartford House. Oh, that have a green thumb. Lots of flowers, lots of plants. We even have a landscape committee. And the grounds here, when people come here, do not realize this is pretty much all taken care of by volunteers.
Wow, that's incredible.
The flowers, we have a butterfly garden, that's all maintained by volunteer.
Yes.
So they're out watering, they're picking weeds, they're mulching. We have work days, so if you're interested in that, we need you. We can always use some help.
Awesome.
This is a lot of land to take care of.
Well, also, I believe something else is sometimes you all have special events that you need volunteers. Let's talk about a few of those.
Yeah, we have fundraisers, and we do have special events in which we need more volunteers. We have our big spring fling. That's usually in the spring, and it takes a lot of volunteers to get that off the ground and to work that night. The same thing, we just recently did a fundraiser for our landscape committee, and they did box lunches, and we delivered all those box lunches to businesses. And and that took a team of volunteers to do that.
So I can tell you from experience, I mean, the training that you have to go through and all that, from being a hospice volunteer myself, me and my friend Wayne Morris went through all the training, is nothing compared to the reward you get for serving others in need, loving on people, and volunteering. That's what we're called to do. I believe that with all my heart, and I love it every chance that I get to do it. So I encourage anybody out there watching, come be a volunteer for hospice. It's great. It changed my life. It literally changed my life. And I love hospice and everything that you all do here. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Randy.
And now it's my favorite part of the show. I get to go kind of do some of the volunteering opportunities myself.
We're gonna put you to work.
Put me to work?
We're gonna put you to work.
All right. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Larkin, thank you so much for meeting me here today.
Sure. Glad
and
to
you
do it.
are going to be teaching me some of the of the volunteer opportunities that you have here at hospice. What are we doing here?
Doing a little flower arranging. We get flowers donated. We get flowers that are they're finished with at the funeral home, and also Wellborn's is so good about donating flowers, and it's just such a great thing that we can share them with somebody else and not just toss them in the trash. So
absolutely.
Part of flower arranging is just trying it and playing with it. So
so you're an expert though, right?
I kind of am, because my mother was a great flower arranger, and she showed me how, and now I do this at my church every Monday morning and use the flowers that were in the sanctuary, and we take them to people, and the more you do it, the better you get.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, I've never done it before,
right.
to be honest with you, so you have to help me out here.
Okay, well, I'm going to start, and you can just play around with it. I mean, there's no right or wrong, but...
Is that a little tall? We want
a little
bit
tall,
shorter?
and then you want to take the leaves off that are going to be down in the water.
Oh,
I'm going to
okay,
do
I
this
gotcha.
one kind of. So,
All right, so
we
those,
got filler.
okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Take these leaves off like this.
You can make yours tall or you can make it short. Either way.
Okay.
It's looking good already.
All right, I got lucky. So I grab a few of these. I don't guess it really matters how many. Whoops.
Doesn't matter.
A little caught there.
Sometimes you do it till there's no more room to stick one in.
Okay,
so.
I got you.
Yeah.
So cut. Whoops, I'll pick that up later. Get that off my thumb. All right, let's see here. All right. And then you got different ones. So is it basically you just kind of design your own?
Yes, just however you'd like to do it. Just add whatever you want. Like these, this is always good filler too.
Yeah.
Put down low.
Just kind of anywhere?
You can have it sticking up high, or you can have it kind of tight down like this. But I think anybody likes flowers in their room or in their home. So.
They smell good.
Yes.
Oh, I love the smell of those flowers.
We deliver some here, and we take some to the homes where the patients are. And
yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So so y'all, I mean, there's how many counties do they serve here? There's several of them. So you're taking them in the homes, into some of the nursing homes?
Yes.
Here at Hartford House?
Now tomorrow, we're at quarterly, we deliver something to every home in all those counties you mentioned.
Right.
And tomorrow we're taking watermelons, decorated watermelons, and we'll be delivering them here and also to all the homes in all the counties.
How cool is that?
And they're going to have sunglasses on, but then they can enjoy them.
I was going to say, are they edible?
They are edible.
Because I love a good watermelon.
I do too.
So after you get to admire the y'all's artwork for a few days, you get to cut it open and eat
That's
it, right?
right. Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, this ain't so bad.
No, it's not bad at all. See how good you're getting? Take your scissors and cut that one off.
Okay, cut this one?
It's not a keeper.
Okay.
And that's about it.
I'll tell you what, I could learn a lot. And I'll tell you, you know, when people think about volunteering for hospice and other organizations, I think sometimes they feel like they need some kind of special talent.
Right.
I've never arranged flowers before, and you're showing me, not that I'm doing perfect, but like you said, after you do it for a while, you get better at it. What a very easy volunteer opportunity just about anybody could do, right?
Right. And just, you know, visiting with people when you do, if you can't arrange flowers, you can deliver flowers and just talk to people a minute. That's important too.
Yeah, just hanging out and loving on them, that means a whole lot, don't it?
It does. Anybody can do that.
Even me.
Yeah, even you. I imagine you could talk to them all day long, don't you think?
I probably could. All right, I'm going to put one more last piece in here.
You did a good job.
It's, you know what? It's not bad, and I may even not even try to hide this from my wife. If she knows that I can do this, she might put me to work even more.
Somebody will probably think Welburns did that one. Yeah.
Not too bad,
all
right? Not too bad.
I'm going to put one more sprig in and I'm finished too. Yeah, this will be perfect.
Yours looks beautiful. I mean, not quite as good as mine, obviously, but
I try.
No, but hey, thank you so much for hanging out and be able to show me this. And another simple, great
little tag we put on too, just saying that they are donated. This particular one's donated by Welburns, and we just tie them around.
Okay.
So people will know who to appreciate.
We hope these flowers brighten your day, and they do, don't they?
They do.
That's great.
A lot of people enjoy it.
Thank you for teaching me today.
Sure, you're welcome.
Michelle, thank you so very much for meeting with me here today.
Thank you.
Now, I understand that I love to hear stories about different organizations, and we're here at Hospice of Western Kentucky today. Love hearing testimonies about these organizations and volunteers that help change lives.
Yes.
Now, I understand that you had a family member.
Yes, I did. My father-in-law passed away in 1995, and we had hospice with him. He passed of cancer. And I'm a nurse, and didn't have a lot of experience with hospice at the time, but I was so moved by the team and the support and encouragement that they gave us. And we could have never walked that walk without them. ever. And so it inspired me to want to volunteer. So in 1995, I became a hospice volunteer.
That's awesome.
And eventually it led me into hospice nursing. So on and off throughout the last, that's a lot of years, but I've been involved either as a nurse or a volunteer. Recently, I went back to volunteering, and it truly is one of the loves of my life.
That is such a cool story. It went from hospice helping your family.
That's right.
And inspired you to do that.
Yeah.
And again, and I was, I've said this before, but Wayne Morris and I started as volunteers at hospice, and that's what started the organization that we run now called Volunteer Owensboro.
That's right.
Because of an experience at hospice. So that's such
right.
a cool story. Now,
Yeah.
you also being a volunteer for hospice, I bet you get to see so many cool things.
I do. I have to say it's kind of selfish in a way because I feel I'm the happiest when I'm volunteering.
I agree.
Some of the most poignant, emotional, spiritual conversations I've had have been at the bedside of somebody that's dying. And I've learned from them. They don't see the clutter in their lives. They see what's truly important.
Yeah.
Our family, our relationships, love, our faith.
Yes.
And it's beautiful. It's
Yes.
beautiful to sit there and listen to their stories. And I walk away with such perspective on my own life. And, so that broken washer or the sick child or the dirty house doesn't bother me as much because I know I have another day and another day. And they don't. They
Yes.
don't have that luxury. And it would be, I would not be doing my part if I did not honor them in that way and choose to live each day to the fullest because they don't have that luxury. And so that's something that I've always taken away. I've always said if you want to learn how to truly embrace life, talk to somebody whose life is ending.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for meeting us here today and sharing your story and your inspiration. I mean, you have inspired me so much just by listening to these stories, and thank you for your heart to serve.
Yes.
Appreciate you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you.
So, we got another volunteer opportunity. What are we doing now?
We're going to do some wash. I think just about anybody can do some wash.
Yeah.
But it just kind of helps out the people in the kitchen and the nurses. One more thing they don't have to do. So when we're here volunteering at the front desk, sometimes we slip down here and just see if something needs to be moved from one thing to the other, something needs to be folded or put away. So
Okay.
I'm just going to get some of these things started today. These have already been washed. And
Okay.
I'm going to transfer them over.
Okay, I got you.
Got another bag there waiting, of course.
Oh, okay,
Always
waiting to be
washed to
washed.
be done. Yeah.
We'll take these over to the dryer.
Yeah. I'll get these out. Not too many in this one.
All right. And I'll just load these in the dryer.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll let you start the dryer because I'm
Okay.
unsure how to do that.
Yes, I will start it.
Oh, the start button. Yeah, easy as
Green,
that. Now,
green for start.
I guess, so we took some laundry already been washed,
Yeah.
got them in the dryer, then we take it out of the dryer. Now we're fixing to go do some folding.
Yes, and then
Folding
of course
of the
there's
laundry?
another load ready to go when we get through the folding.
Okay.
I can start that after a while. But yes,
Okay.
we're just going to fold these, and some of them you can put them on a cart, and we take them down to the room right across from the nurse's station. That they'll be ready for them, or for the kitchen, we leave them in here and they'll come get them.
All right, Miss Simpson, thank you so much for meeting me here today. I understand you're going to do a little training.
Yes.
Now, I'm wanting to become a volunteer here, so what are we fixing to do here? This is one of the volunteer opportunities.
Yes, this is our refreshment cart. We pass it every morning and every afternoon.
Okay.
We fill it from our closet
Okay.
with all of our goodies in it
Yeah.
and take
So-
it to patients.
Take it to the patients and the families.
Yes.
So it looks like we have snacks, coffee, water, some books and
Yes.
magazines. And,
Crossword puzzles, anything
Yeah.
that they could do to help pass the time or
okay.
give them a little refreshment.
Okay. So we're going to stock it
Yeah,
up.
so let's stock it up.
All right.
Randy.
So what do we grab? Just a little bit of
let's say
everything.
we need some cheese crackers.
Okay.
I think everyone likes those.
Oh yeah. There we go. These over here.
How about some peanuts?
Yeah. Tastes good.
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, boy, you got all kinds of stuff in there.
Yes. Pop-Tarts. How about some flavored water?
All right.
Let's do some breakfast bars, Randy.
Okay. I love breakfast bars myself. Yeah.
Okay, let's
Oh,
do
we got some chips.
Yeah,
All right,
some
so
chips. Everybody likes chips.
So some variety, maybe just a
yes,
few.
let's do some variety.
Variety. Okay. There we go.
And we have our coffee made. We have
Coffee
our water.
made already. Yeah, some
Yes.
water's on there. So we are ready to deliver.
Yes, we're ready to deliver.
Looks like it's stocked.
So you.
Ready to deliver?
Yes.
All right, we'll head
I'll
down the
let
hall.
you push the cart. If you want to
Okay.
be a new volunteer, you got to do it.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Is this our room? Is this where
is
we're
our
going to
room.
deliver?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, would you like any refreshments? Yeah, it's me again. You feel like a drink of water now? There you are. Okay. So that there is what it's all about,
This
right?
is what it's all about. We do it twice a day, and we get to visit with the patients and see if they need anything.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you,
Thank
Randy.
you for your service to hospice and
Thank
your
you,
volunteering
Randy.
heart. Just being inspirational.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching Volunteer Kentucky. For more information about Hospice of Western Kentucky, go to hospiceofwky.org. This program is made possible by Anthem Medicaid. Anthem Medicaid is with you every step of the way. And Kentucky Legend, your everyday tradition.